Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Triangle Strategy walkthrough. I got distracted by my cache. I was like, what, that seems like a lot. And it kind of is for me, because I haven't really been picking up spoils for the last probably like 2 playthroughs, so it looks a little funny. But anyways, let's load up the game here, and we will get going with the story.
Esfrost and Glenbrook remained strong after declaring a trade stop with Hyzant. Gustadolf sends Erica to Hyzant to deliver his ultimatum, and dispatches an army to Glenbrook to increase the pressure on the Holy State. Hyzant, under the banner of Prince Roland, sends Minister Serenoa Wolfort of the Saintly Seven to prepare for retaliation. Softly but surely, Norzelia descends into war once more.
Those are the Archduke's wishes. I implore you not to forget that this is his final offer. Come to think of it, I heard that Wolfort was added to your saintly ranks. Where might he be?
I'm afraid I cannot answer that. The dealings of the Saintly Seven are our business, and ours alone.
How disappointing. I had hoped to congratulate him on his promotion.
That wretched woman. Those are hardly wishes.
Esfrost all but demands us open the source to restore our diplomatic relations.
The Duchy fears neither a lack of salt nor the goddess's shield. I can assume they have a plan in mind.
Then this was no more than a ploy to stall for time. We had best expedite House Wolfort's plans to take the capital. Minister Exham, send word to Minister Serenoa.
You wish to lend us Hyzant's new weapon?
Yes, it was a directive from the Holy One. The weapon is one Minister Lila developed in secret.
I compressed a vast quantity of magic into crystal form. We call this weapon Elfric. The blast crystals have yet to be perfected, but they can decimate a castle wall easily enough.
We thank you for your support.
Be forewarned that their power makes them unwieldy in an average battle.
They are not meant to be used on people. Furthermore, we are only giving you a single blast crystal.
Regardless, I am certain it will come in handy while recapturing Whiteholm Castle.
Its incomplete nature makes it regrettably tricky to use, but Milo should be able to take care of that for you. Use them both wisely. I am Milo.
A dancer by trade, but assistant to the Saintly Seven on occasion. I shall serve you, Minister Serenoa, until we reclaim the capital.
You sure you'll be okay?
You needn't worry. It isn't my first time flirting with danger.
A Hyzantian spy?
Very likely.
The blast of the Elfric should help you catch the enemy unawares. Both my army and Minister Camsel's will join in the attack. Can we entrust command to you, Minister Serenoa?
Most certainly. And the crystal will be key in our plan to reclaim Glenbrook.
Okay, we've got some main story stuff and a side story. Let's start with the side story here in Central Azeroth. It says, Sicarus reports a theft in the archives to Gustadolf.
You have made a grave error in allowing thieves to raid the archives, Constable Sicarus.
Forgive me. My guards gave chase as soon as they noticed intruders, but they'd already fled beyond our reach.
What did they take?
Luckily, they were unable to gain entry to where we keep our more sensitive texts. All they were able to make off with was a single book penned by the late Lady Orlea.
Orlea? She left behind a message of sorts?
She'd bid it be passed on to Lady Frederica when she came of age, but it seems those wishes were forgotten.
Thalos or Erica must have hidden it from her. They derived no greater pleasure than from tormenting her. Do we know what was written in this book?
No. Storage records indicate it was protected by some arcane seal.
It must be of some significance, if she would go to such lengths to protect it from prying eyes. Perhaps something to do with the Rosellan liberation, for which she fought so fiercely. Or perhaps it is not but a mother complaining to her daughter of a duchy they both despise.
I shall send a party to hunt down the thieves at once.
No need. Such ruffians are unlikely to be in the employ of our foe. No doubt they were simply looking to loot us to fill their own purses. It is more important that we dispose of Svarog and finish the Nell with all haste. Dispatch your soldiers there.
Aye, Your Grace.
Alright, next up, let's do the main story here in the Telior streets. It says, under secret orders, Huet scouts the Telior domain with Flugi.
Benedict asked me to scout out Telior and where the Asfrosti soldiers are stationed. But I hardly see any around. Why did he ask me to come here in the first place? I doubt it would matter in reclaiming the capital. But orders are orders. I should report back.
Alright, next up is the main story here at Whiteholm Castle. It says, a missive arrives at Whiteholm Castle, informing Thalos and the others of the outcome of Erica's negotiations with Hyzant.
Ah, tidings from Erica. She says Hyzant refused our final offer.
You seem surprised. There was no way Hyzant would agree to open the source.
I know that, but the negotiations were meant to buy us time. Yet it seems their soldiers are already on the move. Damn it all! This wasn't supposed to happen.
If you play with fire, you get burned. Now we have no recourse but to meet them in battle without the Archduke.
So it has come to war, then?
We just have to beat them at their own game. Their newest saint is heading the vanguard. You must be delighted that a former retainer to the crown is coming to visit, right, Cordelia?
Enough, Thalos. I won't allow such impudence toward the Queen.
Queen? This child is nothing more than a puppet. And I believe the impotent one here is you, Avlora. A general has no right telling the Prime Minister what to do.
I had no idea the Prime Minister's job was to torment the weak.
Enough, General Avlora.
I will answer the Prime Minister. As the Queen of Glenbrook, I shall protect my kingdom until my dying breath, no matter who may stand against me.
It appears your impudence is contagious, Avlora. Your charge knows not how powerless she is.
Worry not, Your Majesty. I shall protect you.
Because I am to wed the Archduke?
Because you are a warrior. One who does not give up, even if she must fight her battles alone. I was an orphan. I never knew my parents. I entered the army to make a place for myself. So I know better than anyone the pain of having to do everything on your own.
Allow me to bare my heart to you as well, General Avlora. As the last heir to the throne of Glenbrook, I do not intend to let Gustudolf have his way.
You mean to strike down the Archduke?
But I lack the power to do so. Have you heard of the Royalists? The aristocrats who were aid to my father.
I have. I also heard they secretly indulged in bribes and the like for personal gain. That man Patriot was cozying up to the Archduke not seconds after King Regna's beheading. Their kind knows no loyalty.
Indeed. But Gustudolf has not given any of them a position in his court, so they have fallen on hard times. I want to ask Patriot and the other royalists for their help.
Are you mad? No doubt they would wholeheartedly embrace you as their symbol, but only for their own purposes.
I understand that. But their years in service to the crown have earned them great influence in politics. I must have their support if I'm to reclaim Glenbrook.
Is it possible for you to rein them in?
Not alone. But with you, General Avlora, I can. They lack military might. If you accompany me, I could sway them to my cause. Please, General, lend me your strength.
As an Esfrosty general, I simply cannot turn a deaf ear to what you have told me. Did you not think I would tell the Archduke of your plans?
Of course I did. But I refuse to stand idly by as a mere decoration. So if it meant earning your trust, I was willing to show you that I wish to protect Glenbrook by any means necessary.
You took a gamble.
I had to. For it is not status or reward that moves you.
So you bet on my honor, and refusal would sully my name forever. However, safeguarding the kingdom comes first. Fighting at your side will have to wait.
General Avlora!
A word of advice, Your Majesty. Both Hyzant and the Archduke are veterans of war. The fight will not be an easy one, and may rage on for many years.
Even so, I will not falter. I must do this. For my father and brothers.
An admirable resolve. One which I will see fulfilled. I shall be your sword and shield, my queen.
Thank you, General Avlora.
Alright, so next up we've got our voting phase, it looks like, here at Castle Wolford. The party decides how to use the new weapon gifted to them by Hyzant.
I apologize, but are you suggesting we destroy the dam around Telior Reservoir to start a flood?
The capital city was built on the banks of the Norzelia River. Breaking the dam surrounding Lake Telior upstream will allow us to submerge a majority of the city. Flooding the town will throw their army into disarray, which should allow us to take the place by storm.
Lake Telior is a man-made reservoir. You might be able to burst through with a blast crystal.
Huette scouted the area earlier and reported seeing very few sentries. Proof enough that this is outside the Archduke's calculations.
No. The damage will be too great. The means would not justify the end, Benedict.
We cannot afford to lose.
I agree with Roland. There is already far too much blood on our hands. Perhaps it's worth speaking with the people and gaining their understanding.
Unless we reclaim Glenbrook, it's unlikely they'll understand or support our actions. We must take the capital back and show our strength and resolve first.
So that means you stand by Benedict, then?
If we have a sure shot at winning, we need to take it. No matter the consequences. We can't lose the war. We just can't.
Telior Reservoir is the kingdom's water source. The dam was constructed to protect the people from floods. I doubt they would ever forgive us should we choose to destroy it for war.
Glenbrook thrives because of that water, and to use it otherwise is inexcusable. Brute strength isn't the only way to reclaim the city. We can strike at night and defeat their commanding officers. There are ways to slip into the castle unseen.
If you have used it before, there is a chance it has been sealed off since.
There is more than one route. You needn't worry.
So you mean not to use the blast crystal?
No, I do. After we sneak in, we can sink Esfrost's warship. It would close off their escape route.
Our first priority should be ensuring the people's safety. We cannot allow them to be taken hostage. It would restrict our options as well.
She's got a point. But how do we take the capital back after that?
We could use the blast crystal to destroy the bridge connecting the town and the castle. The enemies would be stuck within the walls.
That would certainly mitigate the damages to the citizens. If we encircle the castle, we could negotiate with them.
We could ask them to yield, free Glenbrook, and re-establish the trade between our nations. I am certain we can find a way to make both parties agree.
Negotiate?
I understand your thoughts and the wishes held therein.
Allow me to ask once more. Shall we shatter the dam around Lake Telior and flood the town? Sneak in under the guise of night, sink their ships, and slay their commanding officers? Or destroy the bridge, safeguard the people, and negotiate with the enemy? Fetch the scales. It is time we decide our path.
Okay, we now have 3 paths before us, each with its own merits and shortcomings. But which one will lead House Wolffort to victory? Alright, so I have to take a look here at what I want to do. I'm leaning toward infiltrating the castle right now, which is... Who is this one? That's Roland's route. Or siding with Roland, however you want to say that. It looks like I've got some items that I may need to try to steal. I've got some gaps in my data. And it does look like I have stolen from... yeah, I've completed the other 2 routes. as far as this deals. Let me see here. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, let me check. All right, so yeah, I am going to do, and I should say this choice doesn't matter in terms of the golden route. You can really pick anything here. But I actually am going to go with infiltrating the castle. Now, that said, I really liked the destroying the dam route. That, especially that first battle, because it's, you know, it's really this choice determines our next 2 battles. And destroying the dam, that battle with Sicarus was very, very easy. And kind of fun. I mean, I guess I kind of played around with it a little bit, but you don't have to do much. I mean, technically, you could literally only kill 1 enemy and win that battle if you if you take the time to do it. You know, I kind of wish I was going to do that again, but I think I am going to go with Roland's route here. So let's get working on some conversations here. Let me actually save too. I want to make sure that I get this done correctly. Also, let me see here. Did I? Yeah, I will have completed all of the different exploration phases as well. So there isn't going to be anything new because I'll have done, you know, the other 2 routes. Actually, I've literally done all 3 of these routes, and that last pass through the game, you know, which was technically my second New Game Plus, I did do that securing Tellior Reservoir, which was destroying the dam. But all right, anyways, let's do some convincing. A nation cannot exist without a people. We cannot risk exposing those very people to any more hardship than they have already endured. If we explode the bridge, we can isolate the castle. The people will be spared from our battle. You know, this rationale, though, works for Roland's route as well. Not that interesting, maybe, but... Alright, so using the secret passage to infiltrate the castle is the soundest course of action. Serena, do you truly think Roland's plan the best way forward? His plan is simple and relies solely on House Wolfort to reclaim the city, or we have successfully infiltrated the castle using the tunnels before. I have no doubt we can do it again. Or General Avlora guards the castle. There is a chance your plan could result in a prolonged battle. Yeah, I mean, maybe pointing out the flaw maybe would appeal to her. Indeed, General Avlora is unlikely to give up so easily, even if we had the castle surrounded. And a soldier as experienced as she is likely to have a few tricks up her sleeve. I doubt negotiations with her would go smoothly. If the battle draws on, the people will suffer. It may very well avail us all to end this fight as swiftly as possible.
I need a moment to think.
Thank you, Serenoa. I am happy to know where it is you stand. All right, deep in thought. Who is up? Let's go with Gila next.
Yes?
Benedict's plan gives us our surest path to victory, but would incur great damages to the capital. And Prince Roland's plan is far too dangerous a gamble. Call me naive, but I believe Frederica's plan to be the best for all of us. I mean, she's got some solid rationale for this, though, too. Alright, so using the secret passages. Alright, I see. I admit I am curious as to why you would choose Prince Roland's plan. So if we sneak into the castle, we may be able to catch the enemy unawares and rescue Queen Cordelia. Or his plan would allow us to reclaim the city unharmed. We could show the people that we mean well. That's really solid rationale. Or Azfras needs their ships for both travel and transport. Destroying them now would undoubtedly avail us in future battles. That's pretty solid, too. I'm going to go with the middle one.
Possibly.
Indeed, the other plans would turn the Crown City into a battlefield, but Prince Roland's keeps the fighting contained to the castle. If we could best Azfras without damaging the Crown City, we would gain both the people's praise and support, which is exactly what some of the townspeople said in regards to Azfras' invasion. So, yeah, I mean, that seems solid. But if we failed, we would lose our lives as mere cowards who stole into the castle.
Some time to think.
Well, yeah, but who cares at that point? There is much more to consider with Prince Roland's plan than I originally thought. Alright, so she's deep in thought. Next up is Benedict.
My lord.
Negotiating would only grant the enemy reprieve, and there is a high chance that Queen Cordelia has revealed the secret tunnels to the enemy. But we would most certainly deal a heavy blow to the Azfrasti forces by flooding the city. Okay, but also, why would Cordelia have revealed the tunnels? I mean, it's not like Azfrast is torturing her. So, you know, asking... excuse me. Earlier, obviously earlier on in the game, we actually did use those tunnels to get inside. But again, there's no... I mean, at the very least, it's possible that they would have searched them out. But I think it's very doubtful that Cordelia would actually reveal them. Again, because it's not like she's being tortured or anything like that. And I don't know that Gustadolf really has any leverage over her right at the moment. But anyways, alright, so using the secret passages to infiltrate the castle is the soundest course of action. So you wish to choose Prince Roland's plan. Might I inquire as to why? So even if Azfrost knows the tunnels, they won't be expecting anyone to use them, or the tunnels are at royal family's secret. I highly doubt Queen Cordelia would have divulged them to... Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I just said. Or Azfrost needs their ship for both travel and transport. It would do us well to destroy them at the soonest opportunity. I mean, this actually seems like this would appeal the most to Benedict.
Interesting indeed.
The Duchy's warships are troublesome indeed, and Azfrost is adept with ships and naval warfare. Even if my plan were to succeed, there is a chance that a great number of enemy soldiers escape using these vessels, in which case it would better serve us to take them by surprise. I understand your argument, my lord, but to perfect a plan, one must consider it from all angles. Let us continue our discussion. So taking the enemy by surprise may grant us a swift victory and reduce the burden on the people. That's solid. The more time our plan takes, the more likely Queen Cordelia is to be taken hostage. What? That doesn't make any sense. If we sneak... I mean, she already is really kind of a hostage. If we sneak into the castle, however, we might be able to help her escape, or allowing harm to befall the crown city and castle would sully House Wolfort's honor as one of the high houses. We should avoid flooding the city if we can avoid it. That's kind of solid as well, but I think I'm going to go with the top option. I see. You've taken everything into consideration, even how this plan may affect governance hereafter. As a tactician, my thoughts are focused solely on winning the battle, but as a leader, you must think of much more. I see where you stand, Lord Serenoa, and I am sure your father would agree you are a worthy lord for your house. Thank you, my lord. You have made your stance abundantly clear. There we go. Moved by our words. We just have to appeal to his brain. Alright, next up is Anna.
Yes, sir.
The enemy may already be aware of the tunnels, but no one is anticipating a flood. The capital is swarming with his frosty soldiers. We must prepare ourselves to make sacrifices if we are to reclaim the city. I'm not prepared to talk about sacrifices, young lady. So you share Prince Roland's thoughts, even though Azfrost might know about the tunnels? Only the royal family knows of the tunnels. There is no way Queen Cordelia has revealed their location, or the flood would destroy the crown city, whereas stealing into the castle would spare the people harm. And I can think of no one better at covert operations than you, Anna. Or the enemy is scattered throughout the city and castle. Inside Whiteholm, a small and elite force would have the advantage over numbers. I mean, both of these seem pretty solid. I think I'm going to... I think I'm going to go with the middle option. I don't really like the, appealing directly to Anna's abilities, but the first half of that was better. The damage indeed would be great, and if you would order it, I would do everything in my power to see you inside. But if we fail, that would avail the people nothing. It is our goal not to oust the Azfrosti forces from the capital. If we had a means to guarantee our victory, I think it would be in everyone's best interest for us to use it. Though the plan is hardly foolproof, I suppose it is worth considering. Alright, so deep in thought. Last is Eredor. Oh, do I need to go outside? I do. I kind of forgot about my, about the conviction choices. Not that, again, it matters much. I'm, again, just going full morality because we are very moral type of people. Although, not too morale because we would be destroying the bridge if we wanted. Full morality. Let's talk to this merchant. I don't know if this guy's got anything with mine. No, he's just got amulets. Yeah, alright, so I'm not going to bother. I'll buy another panacea pellet, though. Those are always good. Alright, let's head back inside and talk to Eredor. This is like a little short... just needed a break. Needed a break from chatting with everybody.
Aye, lad.
From bending democracy to our will. Destroying the dam is our best shot at winning this battle. The enemy wouldn't know it hit him if we flooded the city. But there's no denying that the other plans have their merits, too. Should we go with our best bet or consider one of the other options? Alright, so we're going to infiltrate the castle. So you'd go with Prince Roland's plan, then. What makes you so sure? Infiltrating the castle is proof of Roland's resolve as a member of the royal family, and as his vassal, I wish to stand beside him. or the Duchy's warships are a troublesome force to be reckoned with. It would avail us to destroy them at the soonest opportunity. I think this seems like it would appeal more to Eredor. I know what you mean, lad, and I think it's admirable that you want to support him. But if we sneak in, it'd be a few of us against a lot of them. It's a risky gambit any way you look at it. You've opened my eyes to the merits of Prince Roland's plan, my lord. It's given me lots to think about. Well, that was easy. All right. All right, let's do this vote and infiltrate a castle.
It is time to cast our votes. In which strategy do we entrust the future of Glenbrook? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
I believe I can decide this matter with confidence.
All right, after much deliberation, I've decided that your plan may be our best chance of success. Boom. All right, so we definitely convinced Benedict.
I will put my faith in you.
Your words swayed me, Serenoa. I decided that I want to walk the path you have chosen. She has a real way with words.
I agree wholeheartedly.
After speaking with you, I had a change of heart, my lord. Yeah, look at that. We are nailing. I think this is going to be a unanimous.
I agree.
I stand behind you, Lord Serenoa. It's another chip in our pile. Hewitt was always going to vote with us.
I'm with you.
And Eredor voted with us as well. All right, well, that's it then. That's definitely a unanimous.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
There it is.
The way forward is decided. We infiltrate the castle via the hidden passage and take the enemy by surprise.
Yeah.
You will steal into the castle and defeat their commanding officers. I see. So Wolfort chooses to walk a wicked path. That makes you no different than Esfrost.
We do not regret the choice we have made.
Then it is time to see it done. It may very well be our best chance at victory. I must return to Hyzant and see Minister Camsell. Next we meet, you will have both of our armies at your backs.
You have my thanks.
We cannot afford to lose this fight. For Norzelia.
I thought this battle was for Glenbrook.
This is not a simple struggle for power, Mr. Serenoa. The goddess, the source, iron? The war of 30 years ago comes back to haunt us because the old cling to relics of the past. Norzelia needs to be born anew. Right now, the people of every nation are searching for a young standard-bearer to guide them.
A standard-bearer?
Yes, people like you and me. This war is a fine opportunity for us to show our worth to Norzelia.
House Wolfort and Hyzant join forces and begin planning Glenbrook's recapture. But with the Norzelia River and the Esfrosti armies in their way, retaking the capital will be no easy feat. Roland proposes they infiltrate Whiteholm Castle and take out the enemy commanders. Though a risky gambit, it is well worth it if they can destroy them all in one fell swoop. Serenoa and the others agree to the plan. In support of House Wolfort, Hyzant's great army marches forth for the first time since the Salt Iron War.
Prince Roland, there is something I'd like to ask you before our mission.
Then ask it.
Why do you really want to infiltrate Whiteholm Castle?
To prevent needless harm to the capital, of course. And to exact revenge with my own hands.
Is that it? Roland, you know you can confide in me.
I want to save Cordelia. She's bound to get caught up in the violence if we launch a full-scale attack. But if we can sneak into the castle, we might be able to get her out. I know this is a war to reclaim our kingdom, but I cannot rid myself of such selfish desires. Contemptuous, is it not?
I understand the burden of leadership. Perhaps it would be easier if we could but purge ourselves of our hearts. But as your vassal, nay, as your friend, I would not want the company of one so void of emotion. We will save Queen Cordelia. Together.
My friend, I cannot thank you enough.
Okay. I was asleep on the job here. So next up is we've got actually a side story here in what is this, Whiteholm Castle. Anna investigates the warship at the docks of Whiteholm Castle.
There's but a single longship docked? It would take one blast crystal to destroy, and their escape route with it.
Heard Hyzant sent in a massive army. Are we gonna be alright without the Archduke?
I wouldn't worry. Not with General Avlora on our side.
Her I trust. Thalos and Erica, on the other hand, huh.
Shh. Not so loud. Who knows what they'd do to you if they heard that?
So Gustadov isn't here, but Avlora, Thalos, and Erica are.
Alright, next up, we've got another main story quest here on the Wolfort streets. It says Serenoa and the others commence Roland's plan to explode the Frosty warship.
Minister Serenoa, Minister Camsell, and myself have brought what troops we could muster.
I am grateful for the reinforcements.
As you should be. Hyzant hasn't mobilized this large of a force in 30 years.
There's no need for delicacy with this many soldiers at your disposal. We could fell the enemy with a frontal assault. Though it seems you have some other ideas in mind.
We do. The city and its people will suffer greatly should we brute force our way in.
Instead, we will infiltrate Whiteholm and take out the Asfrosti commanding officers.
And how do you plan to do that? Via some secret passage none but you are aware of?
Just so. The same way we snuck into the castle when the capital fell.
An effective strategy, I'm sure, though recent intelligence suggests Gustadolf has returned to his homeland.
In which case we shall target Prime Minister Thalos and Erica, and General Avlora. We'll have Milo destroy their ship with the blast crystal to prevent them from escaping.
What a devious trick. My favorite kind.
The castle will be easy to take with those three disposed of. Very well then. We shall do it your way.
We would like the two of you to distract the Asfrosti forces with your armies.
When their attention shifts to the front, we will slip into the castle.
Very well. May fortune smile upon us all.
Hyzan's forces have entered Castle Wolfort. It won't be long until House Wolfort makes their move.
Meaning they're coming here? It's hard to believe they'll soon be in the capital again.
My queen, I must advise against considering them allies. Lord Serenoa is now one of Hyzan's Saintly Seven. Not to mention they're raising arms against the seat of their former sovereign. They want justice. They want the royal blood that runs through your veins.
So you think they seek to make a puppet of me as well?
I do. But you needn't worry. They will not breach this castle so long as I protect it.
Indeed.
A battle is upon us, but fear not. I shall protect you.
General of Lore speaks true. Yet I still want to believe in House Wolfort. Brother, give me strength.
Hyzant and Wolfort begin to put their strategies into action. To draw the eye of the Asfrosti forces, the Hyzantian army encircles the crown city of Glenbrook. Meanwhile, Serenoa and his retinue, Elfric in hand, will steal into Whiteholm Castle.
Hyzan's forces are on the move! They're coming for the capital! To your stations!
Minister Exham's created quite the distraction for us.
Let's make for the harbor first. Anna says there's only one longship there. We can use the blast crystal to sink it and cut off their retreat.
Alright, next up is our exploration phase here. It says Serenoa and company infiltrate the harbor in order to destroy the Asfrosti warship. I've actually already done this, so this one is going to be really, really quick.
There are fewer soldiers than I expected.
They want us to load up art and jewels from the merchants? What nonsense is this?
Lady Erica commanded it. I'd wager she plans to cut and run if things get real ugly. It's ridiculous, I know, but imagine what she'd do to us if she found out we disobeyed.
Oh, fine, fine. Get the bloody merchants.
Perfect. I'll disguise myself as a merchant and search the ship. Once I find out where they've stationed soldiers, we can get Milo aboard.
Let me go. They won't look twice at me.
I would rather you not take that risk, my lord.
You and Eridor have too much gravitas, meaning I'm best suited for the task.
And what about me?
The task I need you for won't come until later.
I understand. Good luck, then.
Hide yourselves. We'll find each other after.
That man will stop at nothing to win, will he? Consider me charmed.
Alright, you there, merchant. Help us load this ship. Yes, sir, at once. I'd best survey the area before they see through my disguise. Alright, let's do our 2 conviction choices and be on our way. I think, you know, after kind of thinking about it, I was like, well, man, when did I even do this one? This must have been my first New Game Plus pass through, so... yeah, I think, yeah, I remember those conviction choices now, too. Alright, let's end this. That was quick.
How are things progressing with the ship?
We've learned the enemy's position. If we can draw their attention, we should be able to get Milo aboard.
Hey! You there, merchant! Sorry about this. I'll inform my commander you'll need reparations. What the? Who are you?
Damn!
Alright, and that is going to be it for this one. As always, hope the guide was helpful, and thanks for watching.